Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It is your boy, Scumpy, bringing you a video log. This actually wasn't supposed to be one of the videos that was going up for me today. But MLG just released information for MLG Anaheim. It takes place June 20th through the 22nd in the Anaheim Convention Center, where it usually takes place. But it's a little bit different this time. The format is different, and I personally enjoy it more, but that might be because I'm a pro player. Okay, so basically what's happening now is that Call of Duty is going to be having a league tournament, sort of like League of Legends, like the LCS. There are going to be 8 American teams and 2 European teams fighting inside of their own tournament at MLG Anaheim. And then there's going to be an amateur section of the tournament, 192 team cap, and basically you have to get top 4 out of those 192 teams to get invited to the next season of the MLG League. So if you want to play against the pros, now you have to go through the AM part of it. And it's basically like pro teams are just going to keep getting filtered out. And pro teams are going to get filtered out. And then AM teams are going to get filtered in. And then pro teams are going to get filtered out. New AM teams are going to get filtered in. Or those pro teams that got filtered out are going to get put back in because they qualified through the next tournament. So basically, it's hard to explain if you don't watch League of Legends and you don't follow League of Legends at all. There are 8 American teams. I'm going to put this as an easiest elementary as possible. There are 8 pro teams that are going to be 8 American pro teams that are going to be put into their own tournament. There are going to be 2 more European teams put into the tournament with the American team. So there's 10 teams total in a separate tournament at MLG Anaheim. So there's 10 teams in a tournament, all professional teams. You know, for example, Complexity, us, Envy Us, you know, all the big names, all the big name teams. All the pro teams are going to be in there. Not all the pro teams, but they're going to be in their own separate tournament. Then they're going to be 192 oh my god, I can't even talk, dude. Let me restart. They're going to be 192 amateur teams, and you know, they might not be amateur teams. They might be in the top 16. They're just not in the top 8. They're going to be playing against each other in an open bracket. I'm assuming it's going to be double elimination. I mean, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be. They're going to be playing against each other in a double elimination sub-tournament at MLG Anaheim. The prize is significantly lower, but essentially it is a qualifier to get into the MLG Season League for the next season. So you want to get into the next season, play against the pros next season, and that's what happens if you place top 4. Now, I know that this is probably very confusing, and I'm sorry, because it's hard to explain without having any... Well, I do have prior knowledge of LCS and how that works, but to you guys, if you don't watch League of Legends, you don't watch LCS, it's going to be hard to understand. So, 10 teams, 1 tournament, 192 teams, another tournament. The top 4 from the amateur tournament will then be advanced into the pro tournament for the next tournament. So those AM teams that came from the 192 will then be in the 10 that are playing by themselves in the big tournament. Well, it's actually the small tournament, but it's the big tournament because it's the pro tournament. I hope it makes sense. I hope it does. But passes are on sale. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourselves if you didn't really understand me telling it to you guys. But 10 teams, 192 teams. The top 4 from the 192 teams will then be put in and with the 10 teams. And then I'm assuming the teams that place the worst will then be cut out and they'll have to play through the 192 teams, even if they're a pro team. If they lose in the pro bracket, they're going to have to play in an amateur bracket to get their spot for the next pro tournament. So, that is how MLG Anaheim is going to be working. I think it's cool. I really like the idea. It gives amateurs more of a chance than they had already because they're going to be playing against primarily other amateurs and lower-tiered pro teams. So, they're not going to be playing against fucking, like, Complexity. They're not going to be playing against, like, the big teams in the game. They're going to be playing against teams that are closer to their skill level, and it'll just be easier for them to qualify, and then they'll get their chance against pro teams. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video log update. If you do, make sure you like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. It'll be down in the description below. And as always, guys, this is your boy, Scumpy. See ya.